Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Jones, and I oversee the Head Start State Collaboration Office here at the Maryland State Department of Education. Today, we are providing a customer service session for the Ulysses Currie Head Start State Supplemental Grant. This session will give you an overview of the grant information guide along with the grant application. I am going to start sharing my screen so that you may see the presentation. If by chance you are unable to see the presentation, please let me know so that I can start it and figure out what's going on with it. Are you able to see? No, because I didn't do share, right? Let me share. Now, I cannot see you, so if you can let me know if you can see the screen, you can come off mute. Can, can you see it? I believe that everyone can see the screen, so we're going to get started.
Okay.
Again, today we are providing an overview of the Ulysses Currie Head Start State Supplemental Grant. During this presentation, we will review the purpose, eligibility, and requirements, application, grant application timeline, submission requirements, grant review process, and scoring rubric, along with the next steps and program support. Participants will also have an opportunity to ask questions and get answers. And if we're unable to answer your questions today, we will find the answer to your question, and the recording along with the presentation and your questions will be posted on the Maryland State Department of Education's webpage under the grants office. So the purpose of the Ulysses Currie Head Start Supplemental Grant is this grant is administered here by the Division of Early Childhood at the Maryland State Department of Education. It is to provide funding for existing Head Start and Early Head Start programs to build on the foundation laid to enhance service delivery, instructional practices, and school readiness by expanding services. And according to Maryland Code Education 5-231, the governor shall include in the annual state budget an appropriation of at least $3 million for the Ulysses Currie Head Start program. MSDE develops the grant requirements and administers and monitors the grant program. The purpose of the grant also is to enhance high quality programming and learning experiences. How do we do that? By expanding the hours of service. You can increase your hours of your program day for children and families from 3.5 hours to 6.5 hours, or from 6.5 hours to 10 hours. You can extend your program year by adding 4 to 6 weeks of summer programming for children and families with targeted supports for children who may be transitioning to pre-kindergarten or kindergarten, and children who receive additional educational or developmental support. You can also use it for quality enhancement, such as professional learning opportunities for education staff to enhance instructional practices in early literacy, math, and social emotional learning. You can also look at opportunities for salary enhancement to retain education staff. So these are the three areas in which programs can use funding from the Ulysses Currie Head Start State Supplemental Grant. Eligibility and requirements. So, to apply for funding, you must be a Head Start grantee or an Early Head Start grantee. For Head Start grantees, you can extend your hours of service, expand your program year into the summer. You can provide professional development, and you can also provide salary enhancement. You could do all four, or you can choose one area to focus on, or you can choose two areas to focus on. But your application has to provide which area you're going to focus on. So, with Early Head Start grantees, you can extend your hours of service, you can provide professional development, you can provide salary enhancement. Expand the program year is not available to Early Head Start grantees because they already work on a full year timeline. They provide services throughout the summer, whereas Head Start grantees do not. So again, this funding is an opportunity designed for existing Head Start and Early Head Start programs. You must be in good standing. How do you identify what good standing is? Basically, you need to make sure that you demonstrate current federal compliance as a grantee or delegate. You must participate in Merlin Excels, and you have to identify how state supplemental funding will enhance program quality and school readiness outcomes. Again, for program requirements, you're able to expand your hours of service to full day to meet the needs of children and families. So for Head Start, that means no less than 6.5 hours and no more than 10 hours per day. For Early Head Start, that's no less than 10 hours per day. You can extend your program into the summer by 4 to 6 weeks, and summer learning is targeted support for all children or specific populations of children. It should be no less than 4 weeks and no more than 6 weeks of summer programming. Quality enhancements include professional learning opportunities for education staff, as well as salary enhancement to retain education staff. You must be participating in Merlin Excel. Participating means that you have submitted an application. You may not have a rating as of yet, but you must be participating. And under your quality enhancement, you could put achieving a Merlin Excel's rating as one of your goals for quality enhancement. Statewide system development goals. You have to identify how the proposed programming aligns with the statewide system development goals. And this information is listed in the grant information guide along with the appropriate web links so that you can view the statewide system development goals yourself. So, application overview. In the application, there are several sections. All sections of the application are required. We have the cover page. You must complete the cover page in full. The project abstract. This is your opportunity to introduce your program and the proposed project. You must realize that persons who will review your application may not be familiar with Head Start or Early Head Start programs. So this is an opportunity for you to familiarize them with your program, what you currently do, and the proposed project. Extent of need. You want to describe how the funds are needed and how this will support quality programming and school readiness outcomes. Evidence of impact. You want to describe your program's history in implementing evidence and or research-based practices and achieving designated outcomes and goals based upon them. So you want to describe how the proposed plan will lead to the desired goals that you have identified. Program information and projected enrollment. You want to identify the program locations. So, if you are looking to expand the school year and you are providing summer programming, so you want to show what locations are you going to use. Are they participating in Maryland Excel? Have they achieved a rating in Maryland Excel? And the projected number of children that will be served. If you are providing additional hours throughout the year, you still want to identify all of your programs, the locations of your programs that will receive funding from the state supplemental grant. Goals, outcomes, and milestones. You want to identify clear goals and objectives that will be achieved at the end of the grant period. So you really want to think about your goals and your objectives as well as your ability to achieve them within the grant time frame. Plan of operation, key personnel, and timeline. Identify how the program will accomplish its goals and enhance school readiness outcomes. You want to list your staff responsible for the successful implementation of the grant, as well as the staff that is responsible for monitoring the grant requirements. You want to identify the key tasks and activities that will be conducted throughout the life of the grant and when those tasks and activities will be implemented. Evaluation and dissemination. You want to describe how the program will be evaluated to ensure continuous quality, impact, and effectiveness. This plan must detail how data findings and reports will be made available to pertinent stakeholders, both internal and external stakeholders. Your budget and your budget narrative. You want to provide a detailed description of the requested funds that will be spent by the designated categories. The budget must be reasonable, allowable, and cost effective. Any appendices that are required, you must attach all supporting documents, and it must be included with the proposal for funding. Applications without the required appendices will be considered incomplete and will not be scored. The application timeline. So the Ulysses Currie Head Start State Supplemental Grant opened on June 20th and it will close on August 22nd. So the timeline, MSDE will hold virtual customer service sessions. This is our second session. We have one more, which will occur on July 6th. We also will provide those recordings and the same link to the PowerPoint session will be uploaded onto the website. August 22nd, the grant application period closes. August 23rd, MSDE will begin reviewing applications for completeness and ensuring that they meet the minimum requirements. Once the pre-application, the pre-review is completed, then the applications that meet the minimum requirements will be given to the review committee to evaluate the proposals. September 19th, award notifications will be provided to eligible programs. So all programs will receive an email letting them know that their proposal has been awarded or that the proposal is lacking sufficient information. And the grant period begins on July 1st, 2023, and it will end on September 30th, 2024. So submission requirements. You must submit your grant application electronically, and the application form is provided on the MSDE website. You must download the application, attach any supporting documentation such as appendices, and you submit the packet in its entirety in a PDF format. Applications must be typed and presented in an organized and professional manner. The prescribed cover sheet must be the first page of the proposal and signed by the head of the agency. So the sections of the application is already in order the way that it needs to be, and programs need to go according to the order of the application. Along with your submission, you are required to submit your grantee assurances. You must comply with the terms and conditions of the grant, and the assurances page must be signed and dated by the head of the agency as well. So the grant review process and scoring rubric. The review of the applications will be a two-part process. Applications will be pre-screened as stated before. We will identify that that it meets all of the submission requirements, and that it includes all required sections, and that all of the appendices are attached. If applicants do not meet the pre-screen requirements, the application will not be reviewed. A review committee established by MSDE will evaluate applications using a scoring rubric. The application will be evaluated using a scoring rubric, and the scoring rubric includes three levels: exceeds criteria, meets criteria, and does not meet criteria. The scoring rubric is provided in the grant information guide so that programs can review the different levels of criteria and ensure that they are covering each basis that is required. Level 3 exceeds criteria. Each section of the application has its rubric, and you're able to look at those individual criteria to make sure that you are submitting a superior proposal. So our next steps and program support. The application. To access the grant information guide and application, you can visit the MSDE Grant Programs webpage, and I'm sure you all know where that is because you're here today. So that means that you've already visited that page. And you would click on the Ulysses Currie Head Start State Supplemental Funding Grant for FY 2024. And you'll be able to download the grant information guide along with the grant application. All applications must be submitted by email to Vanessa.Jones1. Don't forget that number 1, because if you do, it will go to someone else and I will not receive it. But it's Vanessa.Jones1@maryland.gov. And you need to submit it no later than 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on August 22nd, 2023. Award notification. Award notification will be sent by email within 30 days after the application submission. Processing of the official Notice of Grant Awards, we call it a NOGA here at MSDE, can take 6 to 8 weeks. But the grant timeline starts July 1, 2023, September 30th, 2024. Once you receive your award notification letter, you're able to start your programming. You know that your NOGA will be sent to you along with your invoice and any additional documents that MSDE requires. Reporting requirements. Throughout the life of the grant, fiscal and program monitoring will occur. You programs are responsible to submit interim progress reports, which is the MSDE C125C report. Report number one covers the activities that occurred during July 1, 2023 through November 30th, 2023. And then interim report number two covers activities that occurred December 1st, 2023 through April 30th, 2024. The final report is due November 30th, 2024, and that covers the entire grant period. It provides a project evaluation along with the final invoice. It is very important that all grantees who receive funding for the Head Start State Supplemental, Ulysses Currie Head Start State Supplemental Grant, adhere to the reporting requirements. Program support. MSDE will provide ongoing support throughout the life of the grant. We will review programmatic reports. We will review invoice and supporting document submissions. We will provide virtual and on-site monitoring visits, and we will adhere to any requested technical assistance session. So a program may have questions regarding their grant. They may have questions regarding amendments for their grant, programmatically as well as fiscal amendments, and they can request a technical assistance session to review the documents that are required or just to have a conversation about amending any programmatic goals or processes throughout the grant period. Contact information. If you have questions about the application or the process, you may contact me, Vanessa Jones. I can be reached at 410-767-0602 or by email at vanessa.jones1@maryland.gov. Are there any questions? This is your opportunity to ask any questions you may have regarding the Ulysses Currie Head Start State Supplemental Grant. Because if you have a question, it may be a question for somebody else. But I guess there are no questions, so I am going to stop the recording.